Paragraph 1322 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church tells us that the Sacrament of Holy Communion completes the initiation of Christians because it can only be given to those who have been baptized and confirmed. Because sacred scripture does not specifically say who may or may not receive Holy Communion, we need to discern or rightly divide it, as 2 Timothy 2:15 says. Jesus instituted the Eucharist at the Last Supper and the Holy Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. The early church of the first century, Annos Domini, believed in the doctrine of transubstantiation. As 1 Corinthians 10:16-17 tells us. In the next chapter, St. Paul told the Corinthian church that many of its members became sick and died, or fallen asleep as it was often referred to as in the New Testament, for receiving the Eucharist in unworthy manners. Acts 2:42 onward describes the communal life of the original church in Jerusalem, which they lived after being baptized in verse 41. Due to what Jesus said about the bread and wine in the Holy Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, in addition to what St. Paul said about the bread and cup in 1 Corinthians 10 and 11, it is very safe to assume that the bread in Acts 2:46 was Holy Communion, or the Lord's Supper, as it is commonly referred to by Protestants. Paragraph 1336 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church describes how the Eucharist channels God's grace by referring to Jesus' words in John 6. Many anti-Catholics like to quote Romans 6 and Hebrews 9 and 10 to say that the Eucharist is not a living sacrifice, and that the Catholic Church is therefore evil and wrong, because of what the 3 chapters of sacred scriptures say, in contrast to paragraphs 1359 to 1361 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. This apparent conflict is nullified by paragraphs 1362 to 1369 of the Catechism of the Catholic Church, although paragraph 1367 summarizes it.